Forget battleships. Prepare for the unholy offspring of military might and aquatic madness. From stealth subs that fly to weaponized wave skimmers, we've dredged up the 40 craziest military boats ever conceived. Buckle up, because what you're about to see will redefine naval warfare and sanity. The U.S. Navy's Independence-class littoral combat ship is the kind of vessel that makes you think, is that a boat or a spaceship? Its unique trimaran design isn't just for looks. This ship flies through the water at 44 knots, thanks to its three-hull setup that reduces drag and boosts stability. Designed for coastal missions, the LCS can handle everything from pirates to small craft attacks, though it's not built for full-on naval warfare. This ship can swap out modules for various missions, from anti-submarine operations to counter-piracy. At 127 meters, it's lightweight, fast, and ready for whatever the mission demands. Sure, it's had its share of budget issues, but the Independence class represents the future of naval warfare: fast, versatile, and built for the unexpected. Forget everything you know about hovercraft, then meet the Zuber. Born in the late Cold War and still making waves today, this air-cushioned juggernaut doesn't just skim the surface, it dominates it. As the largest hovercraft ever built, the Zuber carries tanks, troops, and even naval mines straight onto unprepared shores at 63 knots, looking like a flying fortress in fast-forward. It's a rare beast, too. Just 8 serve worldwide, split between Russia, China, and, in a historic twist, NATO member Greece. Its use marked the first time a Soviet naval design joined NATO ranks. Talk about crossing borders in style. With 5 gas turbines, layered weaponry, and a roar that rivals fighter jets, the Zuber's hype isn't just about size, it's about spectacle. This craft arrives with presence every time. The CNIMLCAT arrived in 2011, courtesy of the French Navy, offering a decidedly faster and more flexible approach to ship-to-shore operations. This catamaran design incorporates a mobile platform, a neat trick allowing for the offloading of troops, vehicles, including main battle tanks, and equipment in up to 80-ton payloads, even where docks are a mere suggestion. Clocking up to 30 knots when unladen, its service with both the French and Egyptian navies has since proved its worth in both military deployments and aid missions. Its ability to operate from a safer distance offshore, a tactical advantage in modern scenarios, is the best form of icing on the cake. Its innovative design directly addresses the limitations of traditional amphibious warfare, offering speed, substantial carrying capacity, and the ability to operate in challenging littoral environments. If Darth Vader designed a speedboat, it might just resemble the KRI Golok 688. Launched by Indonesian shipbuilder PT London, this trimaran attack craft isn't your granddad's patrol boat. Its wave-piercing hull slices through the water, providing a stable platform for its arsenal, which can range from 40mm to 76mm guns and up to 8 naval strike missiles. Cloaked in stealth technology, it minimizes radar, infrared, acoustic, and magnetic signatures, making it a slippery adversary. Constructed from lightweight yet robust carbon fiber, this sub-300-ton vessel can hit speeds over 30 knots and cover 2,000 nautical miles. The ship is typically operated by a lean crew of 3 officers, but it can also accommodate 12 special forces. This means that it can be adapted to quite a number of missions. Behold the Kirov-class battlecruiser, a Soviet-era Leviathan that makes other surface combatants look like dinghies. Introduced in 1980 and still the largest non-carrier warship afloat, this nuclear-powered heavyweight was designed to make U.S. Navy carrier groups and submarines think twice. Heavily armed, it packs a dizzying array of missiles: anti-submarine SSN-14s, anti-ship P-700 Granites, and a plethora of surface-to-air systems. One even boasts ballistic missile defense capabilities. With 4 built, though 2 retired, the in-service refitted Admiral Nakhimov is slated to receive new hypersonic anti-ship missiles. Its sheer size, nuclear propulsion granting near-unlimited range, and formidable missile loadout continue to fuel discussions about naval firepower, even decades after its debut. It is not just one of the best out there, it is the best. Enjoying this video? Well, it gets better once you like, share, and hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. The Type 075 amphibious assault ship is one of the evidence of China's naval ambitions. Entering service in 2021, these ships dwarf their predecessors, offering unprecedented power projection capabilities. Displacing 35,000 tons and stretching 780 feet, their expansive flight deck can accommodate around 30 helicopters, including transport, attack, and drones, accessed via 2 aircraft elevators. A massive well deck can swallow 2 to 3 Type 726 air cushion landing craft, along with a substantial array of vehicles from tanks to artillery and up to 1,600 Marines. Outfitted with advanced radar and a suite of defensive weaponry, these 24-knot Leviathans are crewed by approximately 1,100 sailors and function as amphibious fleet flagships. They represent a quantum leap in China's ability to project force beyond its shores. The Charles de Gaulle was built by the only European nation bold, or perhaps stubborn, enough to build a catapult-equipped, nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, France. Launched in 1994 and finally commissioned in 2000 after some propeller-related drama, this 38,000-ton ship from DCN Brest is the flagship of the French Navy. It stretches 261.5 meters, boasts a 261-meter by 64-meter flight deck, and can handle up to 40 aircraft, including Rafale M fighters and E-2C Hawkeye early warning planes. Its nuclear reactors offer a 25-knot cruising speed with 5 years between refuelings. It's a symbol of French naval power projection, having participated in Operation Enduring Freedom. Its combat systems, including Aster 15 missiles and Arabelle radar, are decidedly non-Gallic in origin, Eurosam and Thales. Need a maritime Swiss Army knife that can sprint? Enter the Expeditionary Fast Transport, a high-speed catamaran crafted by Austal for the U.S. Navy. Since the first contract in 2008, this program has grown to 15 vessels. The EPF boasts a massive, open mission deck and ample living space, enabling a chameleon-like adaptability for missions ranging from intelligence gathering and UAV operations to troop transport and disaster relief. Its shallow draft allows access to smaller, less developed ports, a significant tactical advantage. The Flight 2 variant introduces enhanced medical capabilities, clocking in at 40 knots with a 1,200 nautical mile range at 35 knots and capable of carrying a 540-ton payload. This EPF is a key enabler for future expeditionary advanced base operations. The USS Portland LPD-27 is the U.S. Navy's way of saying, "We're bringing the whole squad." Commissioned in 2018, this San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock is essentially a floating Marines R Us outlet. It displaces a casual 25,000 tons and stretches 684 feet. Because subtlety isn't its strong suit, it manages a dignified 22 knots while carrying a small town's worth of troops at over 690, plus a crew of 441. It also helpfully operates aircraft that can't use runways and boats that don't need docks. It's designed for everything from politely asking adversaries to leave to delivering disaster relief. Representing Portland, it sails the seas, proving that sometimes the best solution is just showing up with a lot of friends. The USS Theodore Roosevelt was named after a president known for his big stick policy. This supercarrier lives up to its moniker. Commissioned in 1986, this Nimitz-class warship displaces around 100,000 tons and stretches a staggering 1,092 feet, roughly the length of 3 football fields. Powered by nuclear reactors, it boasts near unlimited range and speeds exceeding 30 knots. It carries a crew of about 6,000, including its embarked air wing of over 60 aircraft. Its nuclear reactors allow it to cruise for over 20 years without refueling, which is longer than some marriages last. It's a mobile airfield projecting American power globally, participating in Desert Storm, Enduring Freedom, and Iraqi Freedom. Its numerous awards highlight its consistent combat readiness. It's basically a diplomatic tool with serious air support. The Ghost was a boat so secretive, the US government treated its patents like state secrets, fearing its tech was dangerous. Built privately by Greg Sankoff after the USS Cole bombing, this vessel aimed to counter small boat threats that Navy wargames predicted could inflict catastrophic casualties. It's a swath design riding on submerged pontoons, allowing stability in rough seas. Front-mounted propellers leverage cavitation for a reported 40-knot top speed, making it the fastest swath ship on the planet. It could be armed with a 20mm cannon and missiles, and carry 18 SEALs. Its stealthy profile and unique underwater flight due to cavitation promised revolutionary fleet defense. Despite initial Navy interest, the project ultimately foundered, with the Ghost now a museum piece, a testament to innovation that spooked the establishment. Babysitting submarine hunting warships is apparently a dying trend, which is why Sea Hunter was built. This 132-foot unmanned experiment from DARPA is designed to prowl the oceans for enemy subs, all on its own, for months at a time. It cruises at a respectable 27 knots with zero human crew to worry about things like bathroom breaks or bad catering. But everyone is crazy about it for a reason. It's the US Navy's answer to Russia and China's autonomous naval ambitions, a self-driving substalker that could redefine underwater warfare. While currently unarmed, the concept of robot warships playing hide-and-seek with submarines is undeniably intriguing, if slightly unsettling. 2 years of testing will determine if this autonomous hunter can play nice with other vessels. The M80 Stiletto was the Pentagon's experimental foray into high-speed, shallow-water shenanigans. Built by M Ship Company in 2006 for the Office of Force Transformation, this prototype aimed to redefine littoral combat. It featured an 88-foot twin-M hull with a 40-foot beam and a mere 3-foot draft when loaded. It could reportedly hit 50 to 60 knots thanks to its bow wave recapturing air cushion tech. It carried a small crew plus 12 passengers with a spec war loadout. Its carbon fiber construction promised lightness and stiffness, while the hull design aimed for a smooth ride without foils. It even saw action in Colombia, nabbing 1,800 pounds of cocaine. Though a prototype, it represented a vision for a nimble brown water navy. We wouldn't be too surprised to see one in the future. When you're aiming for Pacific dominance, a new aircraft carrier tends to help. Introducing China's Fujian Type 003. Specs are a bit hush-hush, but US Intel suggests a length of 315 meters and a displacement around 80,000 tons, putting it in the ballpark of the old US Kitty Hawk class. Unlike China's previous carriers with their ski ramps, the Fujian boasts 3 electromagnetic catapults, a feature usually reserved for the big leagues, think US Navy. It's expected to carry 50 to 60 aircraft, including J-15 fighters and KJ-600 AEW planes. It's China's most advanced carrier yet, a potential game-changer in naval aviation, and a not-so-subtle hint that the Pacific is getting a new sheriff in town. The US Navy, meanwhile, is apparently facing some fleet shrinkage. Russia's underwater ambitions got a hypersonic boost with the launch of the PERM, a Yasen M-class nuclear attack submarine. Unlike its predecessors, the PERM is the first of its kind specifically designed to wield the Zircon hypersonic cruise missile as standard. Laid down in 2016 and launched in March 2025, this 4th-generation sub boasts a reactor with a 25 to 30-year lifespan and can hit 31 knots underwater. Its armament includes 10 torpedo tubes and 8 vertical launch systems, ready for Onyx, Caliber, and, crucially, the Mach 9 Zircon missiles, with a range potentially exceeding 1,000 kilometers. The PERM, part of a growing Yasen M fleet, signals Russia's intent to integrate hypersonic strike capabilities into its submarine force. A new era of underwater missile warfare might be upon us. France's silent hunter of the deep, the Suffren, is a class nuclear attack submarine conceived to replace the aging Zubr-class. The first unit surfaced in 2021. Built by Naval Group, these 5,300-ton submerged Leviathans stretch nearly 100 meters and can cruise at 25+ knots underwater, with a nuclear reactor offering a decade of submerged operations. Their arsenal includes 4 torpedo tubes and 20 racks ready for scalp naval cruise missiles of about 1,000+ kilometers range, except SM-39 anti-ship missiles, F-21 heavy torpedoes, and naval mines. They also boast advanced sonar systems for mine avoidance and passive interception. Drawing tech from the Triumphant class, they're reportedly incredibly quiet and excellent at detecting other submarines. So get ready to be spotted by them while they go unnoticed. Japan's underwater fleet gained a new Phoenix Dragon with the commissioning of JS Oryu SS-511 in March 2020. This Soryu-class diesel-electric attack submarine is the first in its class to feature advanced lithium-ion batteries, promising significantly improved underwater endurance compared to the lead-acid batteries in its predecessors. Built by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the Oryu, about 84 meters long, 2,950 tons displacement, joined Submarine Flotilla 1 in Kure. Armed with 6 torpedo tubes for Type 89 torpedoes and Harpoon anti-ship missiles, the Soryu class are among the world's largest conventionally powered submarines, known for their stealth and X-shaped stern for enhanced maneuverability. Lithium-ion batteries could be a game-changer for the endurance and operational capabilities of Japan's future submarine fleet, and the JS Oryu is just the beginning. Germany and Italy decided their subs needed to be quieter than a MIME convention, and out came the Type 212A submarines. Born in '94, these underwater introverts boast a Siemens AI, meaning they can stay submerged for extended periods, probably to avoid awkward surface interactions. In fact, one stayed down for 18 days straight. They're built with non-magnetic steel because subtlety is key, and their X-rudders let them navigate the shallows, presumably where the bigger, clumsier subs can't follow. They are around 56 to 57 meters long, displacing 1,830 tons submerged and hitting 20 knots. They have 6 torpedo tubes for when silence isn't enough. The Type 212A already offers a lot, but the Type 212CD might bring even more to the table. The Astute-class submarines took their sweet time arriving, but the Trafalgar class they replaced were practically relics. These are the Royal Navy's largest attack subs, nearly 100 meters long and displacing 7,800 tons submerged. Fewer sailors are needed to operate them, about 98, with space for a dozen special forces types. Weaponry got an upgrade to 6 torpedo tubes and capacity for 38 missiles or torpedoes. Notably, they feature a digital periscope instead of the old-school kind. A dry deck shelter allows for discrete special forces deployment, giving them a slightly different hull shape. Their nuclear reactor is good for over 25 years without refueling, and they're covered in sound-absorbing tiles. Crew space is reportedly still tight, but the upside is more firepower, better stealth, and the ability to drop off special forces unnoticed. The Russian Pyotr Veliky is the one nuclear-powered missile cruiser left that isn't gathering dust. The flagship, no less. Think of it as the last grumpy bear in a very heavily armed cave. It is stacked with 2 nuclear reactors, because why use gas when you can have atoms? Top speed is a brisk 31 knots, and it can roam the seas for 60 days straight without a pit stop. Armament-wise, it's like they raided a missile convention. P-700 Granites for sinking unfriendly ships, S-300 FMs for swatting down aircraft, and enough other weaponry to make a Bond villain jealous. It's the biggest non-aircraft carrier warship out there. It even played a somber role in the Kursk submarine recovery, proving it can do more than just look intimidating. Uncle Sam's underwater fleet got a serious upgrade with the Block 5 Virginia-class submarines. Conceived as a more budget-friendly alternative to the Seawolf class, these subs are now packing some serious heat to counter China's naval expansion. These multi-mission submarines excel in anti-submarine warfare, intel gathering, and littoral ops. The Block V variants are longer, about 460 feet and heavier, at 10,200 tons, making them the second largest U.S. subs. They also boast advanced sonar, cutting-edge comms, a Virginia payload module, and stealth tech to make them extra sneaky. Fly-by-wire controls improve maneuverability, especially in shallow waters. Plus, they're designed to potentially deploy unmanned undersea vehicles. These subs are poised to be the U.S. Navy's underwater leaders for the next few decades, and there's very little competition. Japan, after a prolonged frigate phobia, finally embraced the term with the Mogami class, a surface combatant signaling a tactical pivot. Initially eyed as a destroyer in its 2005 study phase, this 5,500-ton warship evolved into a multi-mission frigate, also known as the FFM. This new machinery was developed with a focus on mine warfare, a capability Japan is reviving. Specs include a 133-meter length, 30-knot top speed, and a lean 90-person crew. Currently armed with a 127mm gun and CRAM, future upgrades promise Type 17 anti-ship missiles and a Mk-41 VLS for air defense and anti-submarine missiles. This unique mine warfare focus in a modern frigate can be seen as Japan's attempt to counter China's naval rise. The DV-10 is a UAE's maritime equivalent of a silent, swift dart. Measuring a mere 10.2 meters with a 2.3-meter beam, this stealth-focused vessel boasts a low radar profile, perfect for those who prefer to arrive unannounced. Born from a collaboration between UAE's Edge Group, ADSB, TII, and Steer AI, it can operate manned or unmanned, hinting at coordinated swarm tactics that would make any adversary nervous. Despite weighing under 3 tons, it zips at up to 90 knots with a ridiculously shallow 0.4-meter draft. Armed with an optional RWS supporting various calibers, its purpose spans high-speed intercepts to counter terrorism. This is true maritime autonomy at its finest. For Israel's SAR6 class corvettes, think German engineering with an Israeli twist. Ordered in 2015 and built by TKMS, these 90-meter warships based on the Mako 100 design are all about protecting Israel's Mediterranean assets, and that is what they do. Specs include a 2,000-ton displacement, a crew of 70, and a 26-knot top speed. Armament is where it gets interesting. 40 Barak 8 air defense missiles, up to 2 Sea Dome point defense systems, 16 anti-ship missiles, all Gabriel Harpoon RBS-15, a 76mm gun, and torpedo launchers. These machines pack serious firepower onto a relatively small hull, turning them into mini-destroyers guarding Israel's economic lifeline. With the addition of these corvettes, Israel's defense has only gotten stronger. The Protector USV was developed by Rafael in response to emerging maritime terror threats in Israel, but the main focus was a machine that wouldn't put soldiers in danger. The Protector USV isn't some concept drawing. It's the only operational unmanned surface vehicle with combat experience in the Persian Gulf and Mediterranean. For specs, think Swiss Army knife of the sea, stealthy, highly autonomous, and modular. It can swap mission packages for force protection, surveillance, mine warfare, and even electronic warfare. For teeth, it packs a stabilized mini-Typhoon weapon system, plus the usual array of cameras and sensors. Its real-world deployments already prove its usefulness as a remote sentry, capable of interrogating threats at a distance, making it the ultimate robotic bodyguard for ships, ports, and oil rigs. Germany's K-130 Braunschweig-class corvettes are proof that even the Bundesmarine likes a bit of stealth. Designed by a consortium led by Blohm plus Voss, these 5 ships, commissioned between 2008 and 2013, feature a modest 1,840 tons full load, just shy of 90 meters long, and a crew of 65. They can hit 90 knots, 26 plus knots, and cruise for 4,000 nautical miles. For armament, they sport a 76mm Otto Malera gun, 27mm Rheinmetall cannons, RBS-15 Mk3 anti-ship missiles, and RAM air defense missiles. Their X-shaped hull and IR suppression make them harder to spot, and they even have hangar space for UAVs. These ships are the best for or all about littoral operations and generally keeping things tidy inshore. Sweden's Visby-class corvette looks more like a sci-fi movie prop than a warship, and that's entirely the point. Designed by Kockums, now Saab, this stealthy 640-ton marvel packs cutting-edge tech into a 72-meter frame. It's fast, agile, and nearly invisible on radar, thanks to Saab's genuine holistic stealth design. Armed with a 57mm Bofors gun, torpedoes, and now the common anti-air modular missile, the Visby isn't just sleek, it's lethal. Ideal for coastal warfare, it can navigate Sweden's tricky archipelagic waters with ease. First launched in 2000, the class has 5 ships in service, each getting major upgrades to stay relevant through 2040. With air defense now boosted, it's a complete multi-role package, and a Baltic Sea nightmare for anything that threatens Sweden's shores. Call it the ninja of Nordic naval warfare. Don't let the stealthy silhouette fool you. China's Type. 055 cruiser Xianyang is a 13,000-ton beast armed to the teeth and designed to dominate blue water missions. With 112 vertical launch tubes carrying long-range HHQ-9B SAMs and YJ-18 anti-ship missiles, she's capable of multi-domain havoc, from air defense to anti-submarine ops. Her radar suite, headlined by the Type 346B AESA system, wraps neatly into a sleek, stealth-boosting integrated mast, while the sonar combo, hull-mounted, towed array, and variable depth makes subs think twice. Add in a 130mm main gun, torpedoes, CIWS, and a flight deck for twin helicopters, and you've got a floating fortress that cruises at 30 knots. This machine was built to escort carriers and punch through contested waters, and it delivers. It looks like a stealth spaceship crashed into the ocean, and that's no accident. The USS Zoom Walt is the Navy's most experimental destroyer, a 16,000-ton floating wedge built to dodge radar and rewrite the playbook for naval warfare. Beneath its angular cloak hides 78 megawatts of electric muscle, powerful enough to launch hypersonic missiles and potentially a railgun. Originally dreamed up for land strikes with its twin 155mm advanced gun systems, the Zoom Walt's vision outran its budget. Only 3 ships were built, each costing more than a nuclear submarine. But what the Navy lost in numbers, it gained in audacity. This ship isn't just about today's missions. It's about testing tomorrow's arsenal at full speed, 30 knots strong. If warships had prototypes, this would be the mold breaker. The Skuold-class corvette is like the James Bond of naval warfare. The Skuold-class corvette is like the James Bond of naval warfare. Small, stealthy, and way more powerful than it looks. Weighing in at just 274 tons, it's nimble enough to zip through coastal waters at speeds over 60 knots, making it the speedster of the fleet. With a missile arsenal that includes 8 NSM anti-ship missiles, a 76mm gun, and Mistral surface-to-air missiles, it's ready to take on any target in sight. It's designed with composite materials that makes it lighter, faster, and almost invisible on radar. At just 0.9 meters draft, it can slip into shallow waters while big ships struggle. The Royal Norwegian Navy calls it a coastal corvette, but this little powerhouse is more like a surprise attack waiting to happen. The Tuo Chang class corvettes are Taiwan's clever counter to the vast might of the plan. Designed for agility and stealth, these catamaran-hulled beauties are like the ninja warriors of the sea. Quiet, fast, and deadly. With a top speed of 40 knots, they're built to zigzag through waters with ease while staying under the radar. Armed to the teeth with anti-ship missiles, anti-aircraft defenses, and even a phalanx CIWS for close combat, the Tuo Chang is the ideal hit-and-run fighter. Their stealthy profile is so effective that they're said to resemble fishing boats on radar, a perfect trick for any surprise assault. Taiwan isn't just building ships, it's crafting rapid tactical game changers. This isn't the Navy of the past, it's a modern, homegrown fleet ready to level the naval playing field. The Chinese Type 22 Hubei-class missile boat is the assassin of the seas, small in size but packing a wallop. At only 140 feet long and weighing in at 220 tons, this catamaran marvel is built for speed and stealth, zipping through coastal waters at 36 knots. With a crew of just 12, it carries 8 lethal anti-ship missiles, an AK-630 CIWS, and a compact surface-to-air launcher, making its firepower massively disproportionate to its size. With 83 vessels in service, these boats operate in tight, concentrated squadrons, turning the East and South China Seas into a veritable missile swarm zone. Designed to excel in anti-access area denial operations, the Hubei class is a modern, distributed lethality asset that leaves no room for compromise. Coastal waters play hide-and-seek with threats, demanding a swift and agile sentinel, which is where the Shaldag MKV comes up. This patrol boat, the beefiest in the Israeli-designed Shaldag family, saw its inaugural unit launched for the Israeli Navy in December 2023. Forged from lightweight yet sturdy aluminium, it stretches over 32 meters and can sprint at speeds beyond 40 knots. Its design emphasizes sharp handling and resilience at sea, crucial for safeguarding coastlines and EEZs. This Israeli model, unlike others, sports a peculiar detail. It lacks traditional bridge windows, which makes some assume that it might feature enhanced protection properties or even autonomous capabilities. Its battle-tested record and knack for rapid interception have made it a global favorite for naval security. The CB-90 comes with a splash and a clear purpose: rapid action, anywhere. Born in Sweden under Saab's naval expertise, this assault craft isn't shy about hauling up to 20 troops and their kit through skinny waterways or open ocean. Twin diesel engines roaring into water jets give it a turn of speed exceeding 40 knots, with brakes that'll make your helmet strap tight. Range? A cool 300 nautical miles at a brisk 38 knots. Recent headlines show Ukraine bolstering its defenses with a trio of these swift warriors. The chatter revolves around their impressive agility and versatility, making them the go-to for anyone needing boots on the ground or just off the boat, pronto. With over 250 already active worldwide, the CB-90's reputation precedes it. Russia's naval aspirations took a modern leap with the 2006 keel laying of the Admiral Gorskov. This project, a 22,350 frigate, is a multi-role combatant engineered to tangle with surface ships, chase submarines, and fend off air attacks, whether operating independently or as part of a fleet. Its stealth-conscious design, featuring a flush deck and unique superstructure, aims to keep it off enemy radar. At 135 meters long and displacing 4,550 tons, it's propelled by a potent 65,000 horsepower diesel gas turbine system. But the armament does even better. It includes a versatile 130mm A192 gun and sophisticated missile complexes like Kalibur and Parliament Redut. While the namesake ship hit the water in 2010, the ongoing construction of sister vessels shows the class's importance to the Russian Navy. China's shipbuilding prowess continues to turn heads with the Type 71E landing platform dock, a tailored export version of their formidable Yuzhou-class LPD. Drawing lessons from the 1996 Taiwan crisis, the original Type 071 entered PLA Navy service in 2007 and now boasts a fleet of 8. These versatile warships can ferry around 800 troops, simultaneously operate 2 heavy helicopters with hangar space for 4, and deploy Type 726 air-cushioned landing craft for rapid troop and vehicle deployment, including amphibious vehicles and light tanks. With a range of 10,000 nautical miles and a top speed of 25 knots, they're also equipped for humanitarian missions. Its blend of capacity, speed of construction, and affordability positions it as a serious contender in the global amphibious warfare market. To create the Hobart-class destroyers, the Australians took a Spanish design and added a bit of Aussie muscle. Based on Navantia's F-100 frigate, these DDGs, Hobart, Brisbane, and Sydney, are the Royal Australian Navy's heavy hitters for air defense and more. For specs, the length is unspecified but substantial. Each corvette also features an Aegis combat system and a range exceeding 150 kilometers for its ballistic armament. Built in Australia for the most part, they represent a push for sovereign shipbuilding. They are also popular for being Australia's most powerful warship and a key Indo-Pacific presence, capable of anti-air, surface, and sub-warfare. They even got a combat system upgrade in 2024. So, whatever you think of them, they're not just pretty faces in the fleet. France's Thunderboat, the Tanera, lives up to its name as the Marine Nationale's second largest vessel and a true multi-tool. This futuristic ship acts as an aircraft carrier, command center, and fully equipped floating hospital, showcasing its versatility during crises like Cyclone Irma and the Beirut explosion. Its NATO Role 3 medical facility rivals a city hospital, with a history of service in operations like Licorne and the Libyan Civil War. Displacing up to 32,300 tons and stretching 199 meters, it can reach 18.8 knots and boasts a remarkable 19,800-kilometer range. Its capacity includes 2 landing barges, a Leclerc battalion, 70 vehicles and accommodations for a large crew, and up to 450 passengers, plus a 150-person headquarters. This vessel is truly incredible. The Thunderchild 2 is what you need when you absolutely, positively need to get somewhere offshore. Fast, even if the Atlantic is having a bad day. This 23-meter beast, holder of world speed records, isn't your average patrol boat. It's Frankenstein-esque hull, a twin-stepped asymmetrical catamaran fused with a wave-piercing monohull. Laughs in the face of rough seas, offering catamaran stability with monohull wave handling. For specs, it can hit 50-plus knots, cruise at 40-plus knots with a 400-nanometer range, and seats 12 in shock-mitigating comfort. Its innovative hull and hydrofoil system promise a smoother, faster ride in extreme conditions, making traditional designs look like they're navigating through treacle. This boat is the only watercraft on this list that is used by both the military and civilians. Some ships are built for battle. Arafura is built for presence. Sleek, modern, and purpose-built for the 21st century maritime chessboard, the Arafura class offshore patrol vessel is Australia's answer to border security on a grand scale. At 80 meters and 1,640 tons, the Arafura may not roar with firepower, but it sails with intent, executing patrol, interdiction, and humanitarian duties across 4,000 nautical miles of open sea. With RHIBs for fast pursuit, a 25mm main gun, and UAV ready decks, it's a constable of the coast with modular ambition. From border protection to mine countermeasures, it's a ship that adapts as fast as the mission changes. It may not make headlines like a destroyer, but for modern naval ops, Arafura is quietly indispensable. So, there you have it. 40 technological marvels that prove the military's imagination knows no bounds. Or waterlines. Which of these insane creations left you speechless? Let us know in the comments.